is not utilized, even then you are called for explanation why you did that. And there must be an sorry, and then there must be an audit for this one, why you did that. Adequate records, like I told you, you have to maintain the hard copies and electronic version as well, right? Details of business transaction must be also kept. Like we make an entry and in small, we also write down the details. Okay, this is against that one, right? Pre-numbered documents as well. Okay, for example, okay, we received an order. Okay, we have put your orders into our computerized format, and then you resend them. Okay, please confirm that one. Okay, then you receive that. Please sign here, right? Sometimes you say that no, with only blue pen, not black pen, red pen or something. So you make some kind of record. So you identify all this stuff. Okay, this is, we make an adequate. If you do some kind of internship, so I think 1 week, the good organization, the big organization, they gave you the responsibilities in compliance department. And in that one, what they do, for example, I did my internship when I was doing MBA in Siemens corporations. So I think already you know that it's manufacturing of machinery, generators, medical equipment like MRI machines and all those stuff. So for 1 week, I was just completing the records. So I have soft copies. What I need to do? Okay, 1-page document. On that document, there is no sale receipt is attached. So I go to the Department of Sales department, find out the receipt and attach it. Take prints and make a whole case, big file for one client. Okay, this client gave us 3 orders of generators and motors. So first quotation, second quotation, approval, their check number, print of that check, delivery document from warehouse, okay, and then customer receipts when they receive the order, or postage, cargo services, all the receipts are done, and then I maintain my job was for 1 week in the compliance department. I maintained the files both electronically and the hard copies, because in real life the person who is we don't have that, the big companies, they don't have adequate staff, so there's a lot of workload over there. So that's what they announced internally, so that plus the new induction, they know how the real world is business is doing, big companies. So there is a difference between bookish knowledge and practical knowledge. Plus it also is some kind of workload on managers and all those. So they announce internship in peak seasons, so that the managers or the person who is responsible for all these, they will be assisted as well. Limited access, what do we mean by this? Not everyone is allowed to go to a specific area, like vault in banks. And not everyone can go to that vault or cash vault or lockbox systems over there. No, only restricted person, they have that key. So if you're opening the lock, there are 2 keys. If you if you saw some movies, so thief movies or bank robbery movies, the money heist, I think most of you guys already saw that one. So they have 2 keys to open the vault, right? One is like a guard who is guarding that premises, and one is the manager who is responsible. So they will both open the key at the same time, then lock is open, and then you can go inside and take there's a lot of cash stacks over there, just like that. So there is how you can limit that one through keys, encryption, passwords, lockbox system, physical restriction of the assets access, right? Proper approval, like management journal or specific approval, credit department, purchase department, human resource department. What does it mean? If you need a person, you ask your management, okay, there's a lot of work on me, pressure, I want my subordinate, and you create a post. You just name a post, okay, I need this person who handles this one. you send to your manager. Your manager send to the management for your manager send to the HR. Then HR comes to you, analyze your position. Okay, you really need one more person. So they develop their JD's job description and specification, and then they send it to for approval. If these kind of stuff is not there, and maybe I'm just call my brother, work for me here, or your salary would be like according to my salary or more than my salary. I ask my sister or my girlfriend or my wife or my kid, right? So this kind of stuff gonna happen, and this creates fraud. Chances of fraud gonna be more over there. So easy, how to memorize this internal control through scalp. Smart, like smart hiring, separation of duty, comparison, and scalp. Right? Smart hiring, separation of duty, comparison, and compliance. A means adequate, records. L mean limited access. P mean proper approval. Scalp. Now, information technology. With the introduction of information technology, we are less relying on manual procedures. So even if, like we just talked about, we have to maintain both hard copies and soft copies, even though in real life, managers are reluctant to do that because a lot of online works and it's hard to maintain all the files, on date wise. You have to you know, maintain orderly of the stuff. So for example, your work time starts from 9 to 5, and when you stop your computer, and then you have time to take prints and all that, because any new email can come, any new order can come. So it takes a lot of pressure. Plus, we can say that, how we call that person is, you basically bend your today's work to the next day. So in that way, you're piling up a lot of pressure on, you know work on the next days. And what happened, it's very hard to maintain the physical or manual steps as well, because your computers are still on to take the orders till 5 o'clock, and this is also your closing hours. But for example, you receive 100 orders today, and 100 orders, you can go for like prints. You take a print, you maintain a file, and then you place it here. And at the end, what happened, it's like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock every day. So some managers, when they tied up with this kind of stuff, they are tired. They said, okay, maybe we will do that after the weekend, right? So these kind of stuff are basically making managers lazy, plus not realistic to maintain both manual and electronic versions of those systems. It's very hard for them. Plus the
I sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
plus this is the age of, you can say that, the global economy. So, and also efficiency as well. So organizations are always after cutting the cost, right? So they are always, thinking about how we can use less people to do more work. So it means if you apply for your subordinate, it's really hard. 90% chances are that the head office, they will reject your offer that to have some extra subordinate or something whatsoever. So in that case, all the workload should be shared by you. Or even though they would say that, okay, we are firing one more worker and that duty is also done by you. So they are increasing your workload rather, releasing the pressure from you. So we are more relying on information technology. So can we do this kind of stuff to make it more secure? So since we are only less relying on manual procedures, so we need more electronic devices so that we can have a more accurate, reliable information. So we can have electronic sensors, barcode scanners. So rather physically going to the store and check how many items we left, so it should be done right on the sale point. So when they make the order, automatically from the warehouse software, it decreases the inventory and increases the sale, so that I physically don't have to go to the store. So the number that I only have like 4 numbers of laptop in my warehouse. So it should, I trust that. Why? Because when I sell the computers, they scan through barcode or electronic sensor. So sale increase on the quantity on my warehouse also decrease. So if I go to my physical store and see, I must have 4 laptops over there, because I trust my system as well. So with the improvements of these computer technologies and devices, now this procedure is becoming more trustworthy. Yes, Florian, you were asking something.
You replied to my question in your answer.
Oh, okay, good. Now, safeguard controls. So if one worker is working on the same job for quite a long time, he may develop some kind of hacks to do that job, and he may develop some kind of hacks to relax those kind of stuff, and he may create some opportunities to deceive the management or the office as well. So how you can do that, how you can control that one? Through job rotation. So there is you can say a quote in the banking system that if cashier is not taking a leave, even a sick leave in the whole year, he might be planning for something big. It looks very appealing, that one as well. If somebody is not taking a leave for sick leave or rest leave or holidays, nothing, then he might be on something, or maybe developing some plans how to steal cash or something. So that's why if the managers of HR department, if they sees the attendance and they see that, okay, this is a cashier, and from the last 6 months he didn't apply for leave, so they gave him the leaves intentionally. They gave him the leave. Okay, we recognize your efforts. You are doing day and night job, whatsoever. So what we do, we will be shifting you from our cash responsibilities to very light-headed job. Just go to the compliance department for a week or something. And when they go to the compliance department, they rotate a very competent person over there on this behalf, who has 2 duties: carry on the cash duties plus